If you've clicked into this video, I'm guessing you're looking to get in better shape. Maybe you've tried before, maybe life just got in the way. But either way, here's the truth. You don't need more time, you need better structure. Watch the rest of this video to learn how our client Holden lost 20 pounds in his first 4 months with working with us while being a busy consultant and even going on a honeymoon in the process and still consistently dropping body fat. If you can just introduce yourself a little bit more, like who you are, what you do for a career, how old you are, and also like when you joined the program.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Holden. I live in Denver. I'm a consultant. So kind of, working crazy hours sometimes, lots of travel. Um, I started the program, I think in June, I think. Yeah, this year. So it's been, I guess 6 months. Yeah,
Or,
a little
or,
four months, four and
yep.
a half months or so. So, yeah, I mean, it's been great so far. I think it's given me kind of the motivation and to kind of get things kickstarted.
Yep.
I'd worked out for like 10 years before this, starting in college, but I never
Yep.
really had a clear set goal. I was just kind of like going to the gym and whatnot. Honestly, like then I was kind of in a rut. I wasn't working out necessarily consistently. It might have been like one or two times a week, just kind of when I could get myself out of bed in the mornings.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a consistent schedule of going to the gym, 4 or 5 days a week. It just wasn't there. I was kind of,
Yep.
not having that motivation, that discipline, I should say, to kind of get to the gym before I started the program.
For sure. And what was our weight, if you recall? I know it's been 4 months or so now of when we kind
Yeah.
of originally started.
I was at like 210.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, where are we at like now, or at least the last recent way? I don't know if you weighed in today.
I did weigh in today. Yeah, I was at 190 this morning, so like 20 pounds.
20 pounds
Yeah.
in 4 months.
Yeah.
How's that feel, man?
It feels good. Yeah, I've been in 190 for a little bit, but I was like, I only have weighed this little since college, like 10 years ago. So
That's got to be a good feeling, man.
it is a
Awesome.
good feeling. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
good.
you had a honeymoon in the mix there too.
I I
During the cut. How was
I
that?
did, yeah. So it was kind of shortly after starting the program. I was on the program for a couple weeks, a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and then I went on my honeymoon for basically 2 weeks. So it was good. I mean, the weight went up a little bit after the honeymoon, but kind of it shed it very quickly in the following 2 weeks, and I was able to kind of get right back on track. So,
Awesome.
and Aaron helped me through it, which was great. So.
Yeah, yeah, you didn't miss a beat from what I saw. Like we had a little bit of a bump up, which is to be expected water weight, and then you locked right back in, which is awesome. So cool, man. Well, the other thing I wanted to ask you, like other than just the physical side of things, I mean, losing 20 pounds is fantastic. What else has kind of happened, do you feel like, in your life since making this change and really dialing in? Because I know you've always had fitness as a part of your life, but have you noticed any other changes with being really, really like honed in and specific with nutrition and the training side of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think the being honed on nutrition's been good. Like it's helping me kind of understand more about like what I'm eating and like
Yeah,
balancing my meals throughout the day, right? And
yeah.
knowing, okay, like this is like a snack that makes sense to eat versus like, oh, before, like maybe I shouldn't, have all that candy and stuff, like not realizing how many calories some of these things,
Yeah.
really have, and without the protein. So it's been good, kind of being able to lock in on not just the fitness side, but also kind of the nutrition side as well, and having a better understanding of what exactly I'm eating and how
Yeah,
that would affect me.
no doubt, man. Yeah, it's definitely one of the most eye-opening things. I always like to say that if you don't do any or know anything else about fitness and training and nutrition, if you just simply like log what you actually do on a day-to-day basis and look back at it, it's sometimes it's a scary thing to look back at, but
Yeah.
it's definitely eye-opening. So I'm glad you saw that. If you don't want me to ask, because it's not every single day that like most people don't live their lives this way, right? They don't live their lives tracking food and tracking workouts and being that intensive with health. Like, what was your why between like wanting to actually do this?
Yeah, for me it was just I think the last couple years with COVID and everything, I used to be a lot more diligent in terms of working out. And then with like COVID and I got a dog, the fitness and nutrition kind of just fell by the wayside and I was feeling like, a little lazy if that makes sense and I needed some discipline to be like, hey, like I enjoy fitness. I enjoy how I feel after I work out. Like it feels good the rest of the day. It puts me in a good mindset. So I just needed a little extra help, just kind of getting myself back on track and getting that discipline back in place. And Aaron and you have kind of helped provide me that, which has been great. So.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And how does it fit around? Because like you said, you're a consultant and um, it's hectic, right? I mean, there's seasons where it's just nonstop. How has that felt on your side of things with kind of navigating both?
It's been good. I mean, I think fortunately I haven't traveled that much this year, so I haven't had to like have deal with kind of eating out as much and all that, which is good. But I think really just like being upfront with Aaron has been helpful, and like him talking me through it. Like, hey, I got a trip coming up. Like even on the honeymoon, right? 2 weeks. Like, what should I focus on? And obviously it's my honeymoon, so we weren't focusing too much on the fitness and enjoying it. But in terms of just
Yeah.
like making sure you at least you get in steps.
Yep.
He helped me a lot of times with like eating out. It's just like, okay, make sure you have a certain amount of calories remaining, certain amount of protein, and kind of do your best, right? And I
Yeah.
think that's the mantra I've been trying to take is like I might not get all 100% during a week on I'm traveling or super busy, but at least do something, right? Like just try your best and get to that 80% or close to there. Like, there might be a 1 week off, but as I saw with my honeymoon, right? 2 weeks I was a little off. I came back, and then the next 2 weeks I was back right back in it. So
Yeah.
just kind of having that mindset, I think.
I love that. Yeah, it's the something is better than nothing mindset. I'm curious on your end, like, what about this journey so far, if anything, has been the most surprising to you, like in actually achieving this and now seeing what it takes to be able to drop the body fat and see consistent results? Or anything that kind of surprised you?
I don't want to say it's easy, but like in effect, like all it took was just like tracking my calories and going to
Yeah.
the gym like 4 days a week and for 4 months, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't that hard for me, right? Like just have to go to the gym, make sure I hit my 4 days, make sure I hit my macros every day, and then 4 months later I'm down 20 pounds. So like it wasn't as hard as I maybe thought in my mind it was to like, oh, I have to go to the gym like every day. Like, no, I only went 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's the thing. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, if that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. That's awesome. That's really awesome. And that's literally the beautiful thing about fitness. But I think most people try to overthink it that it's like, it can't be that simple. It can't be that easy. Like it's got to be something else that I'm missing. I love that you said that. It's in some ways not easy, but it is simple. I think is what you were trying to
Yeah,
allude.
maybe that's a better word. Yeah,
Yeah,
simple.
yeah,
It's not as
exactly.
complicated as you think. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, man. You actually have a friend that was in the program before and
Yeah.
actually referred you into the program, which is awesome. So it was a little bit, I would say, easier of a decision for you to kind of join in with things. But if there was someone that was in a similar spot to when you first started, like wanting to lose 20 pounds or even more than that, and just start seeing some momentum, what would you say to that person?
I mean, I would definitely recommend the program. I mean, the results speak for themselves, but I think, just think about kind of what you want out of the program, right? For me, it was really what drove me to it is, I knew I wanted to lose weight and I knew I wanted to get leaner. I just didn't really know like how to do that. Like I've tried to follow things online, but like having the discipline of doing it and having someone else kind of set these targets for you has been really helpful for me. And like setting your macros and like, okay, you've hit this weight, and then we're going to adjust your calories a little bit, increase some cardio. You know, it
Yeah.
takes the mental load off of myself and someone else is making those decisions. And it just helps me be like, okay, I can execute now. I don't have to necessarily do all the pre-planning and
Yeah.
focus on, well, how do I get to this end result? I have someone guiding me to that result.
Yeah.
So I think that's like if you're looking, that's kind of the sticking point that at least it was for me. I'd definitely recommend the program. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So yeah, you would say the accountability was a really big component of having like, hey, here's realistic checkpoints that we should be achieving for this goal.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the accountability is also like another aspect is, sometimes you wake up and you're like, I don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, Aaron's gonna like check the check-in and see I skipped the workout. It's like I gotta go. Like, right. So
Yeah.
like it's on days where like it's hard to go to the gym. I have that extra like this outside person that's kind of like, well, he's gonna be like looking at this, right? Like I can't, disappoint Aaron if that makes
For sure.
in that aspect. So it just it's an added level that kind of gets
Yeah.
you going, I think.
No doubt. It's like a second conscious is what Aaron and I always like to say. It's like that's this whole thing of coaching is like when you have someone else, yeah, like you have to be with yourself at the end of the week and like say, oh, I didn't hit this thing. But also when you have that double layer, like you said, there's even more of a reason, hey, show up and get this done. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you hopping on with me, man. It means a lot. It's cool to go back over your journey, and I'm sure we'll be able to do another one of these down the line. You'll be even more shredded, even looking better. But it's been really cool to see you grow over these 4 months.